Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Job Search Basics, 7 Ways to Organize Your Job Search webinar. I am Taylor, the STEM Career Coach here at APUS. So if you have any questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to drop them in the chat and I will address them at the end. I'll also be happy to take any questions at that time as well. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, job searching can feel overwhelming, but you're not alone in this process. Staying organized is key to finding that right opportunity while also keeping your focus and efficiency intact. Rest assured, we're here to support you every step of the way. Together, we're going to walk through the process and share the best practices to help you navigate through the process of the job search effectively and with confidence. So first on that job search strategy list, you're going to want and need to define your career goals. Ask yourself, what do you want? What location? What is my long-term goals? And where is the starting point to reach that goal? Defining your goals for a career search is really that crucial step in ensuring a focused and effective job search by start by identifying what you genuinely enjoy doing or the difference you seek to make within your career or within a role. And use this as your guide toward those roles that lead you to that greater job satisfaction. If you're unsure about what you're looking to do, consider taking a career assessment to help narrow down your options. We often recommend students taking the career one-stop assessment, and I'm also going to share that link here at the very end of the presentation for you. So that way, if you are still trying to figure out what it is that you're looking to do, you have that direct access for more convenience. And then next, you're going to want to assess the job opportunities available in your current location to concentrate your efforts on accessible positions, saving both time and energy. Because once you have a sense of your interest in those local options, you can then consider whether relocation may be necessary for your desired position, because that's going to play a crucial role, especially if you're looking for a career opportunity that isn't really in your area. That's not something that's offered. So keeping that in mind when you are job searching where you're at, understanding your geographic location is going to be really essential. Or if you are really looking to move, researching that geographic location and seeing what is currently trending in that area, or if there's anything up and coming, just having a general sense of what they have to offer. This step is also just going to help you weigh those pros and cons to potential job offers and really prepare you for any logistical challenges that might arise during that process. And following this, evaluate the realism of your desired career path. Reflect on the industry demands. Is there growth? Is there a decline happening? So really understanding what's going on with that industry that you're looking to pursue to know what to expect on that job search. Is it going to be more competitive? Is there going to be less opportunity? Is there going to be more opportunities? So really getting an understanding of what those industry demands are in your area and even nationwide, as well as your qualifications that will help you stand out to be that competitive candidate, is really going to help you to set those achievable goals when defining your goals. It's also important to think about your salary expectations. So really understanding what it is that you need financially will help you make those informed decisions, especially if you might need to accept that pay cut. So if you are, maybe you're going to be starting completely over in a whole new career field and you aren't really wanting to you can utilize your background experience, but you want to start in a whole new position and you have some of those transferable skills, but not exactly what's going to be needed to make that higher salary. So you might have to take a pay cut, but it's really going to be important to assess, is that something that I'm able to do? Or maybe not that pay cut per se, but maybe you're looking to grow within your field. So then you also need to understand how to think about negotiating for that higher salary. So really understanding your salary expectations for the role that you're seeking is going to be really important to identifying those types of roles on that job search, as well as networking to learning more about the salary opportunities. And then you can use resources like the Occupational Outlook Handbook, and it can be a really great tool to utilize in terms of job outlook as well as salary expectations, kind of nationwide. It also has a filter where you can do like state and local areas as well to give you just a general sense of the growth of the industry, as well as those salary expectations and possibly those job opportunities nationwide and down into those specific geographic locations. So Occupational Outlook Handbook is a really great resource to utilize to helping you really defining those goals that you're setting for yourself. And then once you've decided on that type of job that you really want to pursue, you have the locations in mind that you're considering, it's really beneficial to start researching 10 to 15, just a general number, job announcements for those positions. So this is really going to help you identify the typical qualifications, experience, education needed for those roles that you're interested in. So you can kind of go through and say, most of these roles are requiring a bachelor's, or most of these roles are requiring associates. Some of these I need certifications for, and then writing out what those certifications are, and really gathering what's really essential at these different jobs. And then you have some of your outliers. This allows you to really focus on what it is that you're going to need, as well as those skills too. And then finally, take all of this information into account, your skills, your expectations, your education, and some of the goals that you've set, such as the location, the type of job that you want, what's really going to interest you, what are your values, to really determine the best route for beginning that application process. Because this is kind of that foundation into leading you into these next steps that we're going to talk about here. So making that company wish list. Who do you dream of working for? Who is it that you are targeting on this job search? And you may think, well, I'm okay with any company, but not any company might not match exactly what you're looking to do as a professional or the values that you have. So it's really, really important to understand the culture and the history of these ideal companies to help you create a really focused list of employers to target in your job search. This can also help with that overwhelming sense of, oh, there's all of these opportunities out here, which there are, and open yourself to all these great opportunities. But take it step by step. So this is where self-reflection is that crucial component, because in order to identify some of these companies, you must know what you value as a professional and what you are looking for in a company, as well as what you're looking for in that next role. So this approach, it shouldn't limit those options. Rather, it allows you to be really strategic when exploring company websites and these job openings. Because when you're going to these company websites, it allows you to go to the employer career section versus kind of mindlessly scrolling through these job boards. You have 10 set companies that interest you that you're going to check routinely, seeing what the open positions are, leading into making sure you leverage LinkedIn to connect with the recruiters from these organizations. You can also research the individuals currently working for these companies and organizations, and you can really identify what it is that they've done to get there. Also reaching out to them and saying, hey, what are some of the steps you've taken, or what advice do you have to help position me for being this competitive candidate within this organization? This is what I'm looking to do. So really building up that network with these places that you're really wanting to work for. And then it just helps position you better. And then remember, your network is your net worth. So don't hesitate to engage with your connections. Cultivating these relationships really can open these doors for opportunities and provide valuable insights into the desired industry and roles that you're looking to pursue. So create a tracking document. This is a really, really crucial step in that job search process. And you might think, why a tracking document? Well, once you start applying for positions, you're going to want to create a tracking document to keep everything organized. Being organized upon your job search, especially when you're knee deep into it, is going to be really important. I often hear students who are mass applying to different positions and they get an interview and they don't know what the interview is for or what the position is. Sometimes they don't even remember applying for it. And knowing the company and position is really, really going to be vital for that interview, so you can practice and prepare and research, so that way you could come across as this competitive candidate, but also so that you know that this is a role that you really want. And please note, when I say that I have worked with students who do mass apply, I do not at all encourage it at all. I always encourage students and alumni to take the time to find positions that generally interest them and will really generally interest you, and it's going to meet your needs, and tailor each application materials to those job announcements. But we're going to touch base on that later. I just wanted to provide that disclaimer. I do not encourage mass applying, but moving forward, you will want to track the company name, the person of contact if that's provided on that job listing. So any type of contact information that you can find, the date of the application, so the date that it was posted, the date of the interview if you get one, follow up when you've done that, and just the progress of listing the different sources. So where are you finding these job announcements? Where are you looking? So that way it can keep you going on track of when's the last time you've checked this job board? When's the last time you've checked this website for open positions? So it just helps keep you organized and keeps things in track for what roles you're applying for, and again, when to follow up. So tracking this information, it just provides that visual of how many jobs you've applied to, when you've applied, when you should follow up, and those listing sources. And it's been said that job searching is like having a full-time job. If you are in it and you are like really in it again, what I kind of mentioned earlier, like being knee deep in it, it really is kind of time consuming going through all of these different steps and trying to find the right position and right fit for you. But to be effective in your search, not only will you want to stay organized, but you're going to want to be intentional about this job search. You can do this by creating a schedule. So this just, it really puts yourself in that mindset of, this is my dedicated time for job searching. So you want us to decide some time in your schedule and commit to searching for and applying for those jobs. So maybe you create a day and time that you're going to look for positions. Maybe you found a couple positions you apply for. So you're going to set up another time to really focus on creating strong application materials for that job. So a job search is that process by setting aside that specific time, and you'll be able to really focus on the tasks at hand. And it really is easy. And I say this, and why this is so important for that job search is because it is easy to doom scroll through job postings at night while maybe you're sitting on the couch mindlessly watching TV or laying there right before bed. But this can really lead to becoming overwhelmed, and then that burnout that kind of goes hand in hand with that job search. So making sure you have a time where you can be focused and dedicated to searching and networking is going to be really helpful. Avoiding that burnout and just feeling more productive and intentional with that job search. So by creating that schedule and blocking out specific time to work on job searching and applying, you're setting your intentions for that productivity and being mindful on this job search. And then being selective when you apply for jobs. So this goes back to that self-reflection. What exactly is it that you are looking for within your career? What is it that you are looking to aspire to? And also kind of avoiding that burnout part. So really being selective with where and when you're applying. So while setting our intentions to be productive by creating that schedule, we also need to be intentional when applying for jobs. This is really not to, when you're job searching, it's not throwing a whole pot of spaghetti against the wall and just seeing what sticks. No, like when you apply, it's more of a less is more situation. By applying for a few jobs, you will be able to commit more time to tailoring your resume, your cover letter, as well as taking time to network with these specific companies. So overall, it just gives you more time to put that effort into it, to helping you maximize and position yourself as the best candidate for these roles that you really do want to have. And this information leads us right on into this next slide here with tailoring your resume and cover letter. This is a crucial component, very, very, very crucial component with that job search. It is imperative to tailor your resume to each job announcement to ensure you speak to the needs of the employer. Use the job posting as your guide in choosing that relevant information to include on your resume, because we often work with students who have a lot of experience and skills to give these different positions, and they're not quite sure how to narrow that down. But using that job announcement as your guide, reading through the job description, saying, I have this, you want to make sure that that is on your resume. So that's a great way to guide it. And if you have a longer resume and it's not mentioned in that job announcement, it's really not going to help you to stand out any more than what they're looking for. Take it off. It's not needed. It's just going to be scanned through. Usually resumes do go through an applicant tracking system. This is becoming more and more common. So this is another reason that tailoring is so vital, to ensure that the required and preferred information is found on that resume. But it also, again, it stands out quickly to the employer, as research does show on average employers take about 5 to 10 seconds to scan through the resume. So when I say take that information from the job announcement that you can relate to and you can provide those specific examples on your resume, that's what's going to be important, because that's what's going to stand out, will quickly stand out to those recruiters and employers. They're going to say to themselves, oh, that looks familiar, let me take time to go through that. So that's what you want. You want that to quickly stand out and inform them of how you're going to meet the needs of this role. We have recently launched Hiration. It's an AI-powered resume platform that incorporates ChatGPT. So Hiration is a tool that you can use to streamline the resume creation process to strategically capture the reader's attention by improving the presentation of your skills and experiences. The layouts within Hiration are also applicant tracking system compatible, whereas when you use some templates and things like that for free off the web or on a Word document also has some resume templates. They're not necessarily applicant tracking system friendly. So if you are building a resume and you want to use a template, I highly encourage you to use Hiration. It also helps with cover letters and LinkedIn optimization. There's no additional cost for you to use it as a student or as an alumni. You can create your account and you have access to this. If you find that this isn't something that you want to do, you'd rather build your which you can build it in there, or you can upload your resume. But if you're wanting to use something like a Word document, a plain Word document is the best route to go. So that way you avoid any type of text boxes or collapsible columns that can interfere with those applicant tracking systems. So plain Jane is the way to go, even though it is a little bit more boring. That's what's going to keep you on the safe side. So, but overall, tailoring that resume, making sure that what you have is going to go, what the employer or that job is seeking is found on that resume and that cover letter. So that way you can stand out. And again, it's going to take time to do this. It can take a couple of hours or so making sure you meet it all, but that's why it's really important to prioritize that time and be selective when going through your job search. And then the last step is to track your applications and progress, which correlates with that. I think it was around step number 3, where you're creating your document to keeping track of that, of your information when you're applying. But tracking your applications and progress, this is part of the job search where, you may be applying for a few weeks or longer. So staying on top of your applications, utilizing that tracking document and following up within a timely manner on any of your applications that you've submitted. So if you look back and say, oh, I submitted an application a week ago, let me reach out to the HR and see where they're at in the hiring process. And this is one of the reasons it's important to write down any contact information, because if that posting gets taken down, you might not be able to find that contact that was listed on there any longer. Now, not all job announcements have the contact, and that's where you can go to the HR information to reach out to, but it's going to be really important that you follow up on those applications, help yourself stand out, and also build your network at the same time to show that you're still interested in the position. And then it's also great to use to track and celebrate what you might consider to be a small win, but it's really a big win. Getting that interview or call back is a huge accomplishment, especially in this job market. So it's forward progress that should be celebrated. And it's also a reminder that you are in the right direction. You're taking the steps in the right direction. And it's just a really great reminder to have, especially if you are starting to face that burnout, or you start going through that burnout with the job search and application process. So it's a really great reminder on what it is that you're accomplishing and getting back out of this. And then remember, a well-organized job search requires dedication, time management, flexibility, and adaptability. By staying organized and proactive, you'll increase your chances of finding that right opportunity for you. And thank you all for joining today's webinar on job search strategies. Career Services, we are here to support you in every stage of your career journey, whether you're just starting, you're in the middle of it, or you're looking to advance. We're here for you throughout the whole process. So please do not hesitate to reach out for assistance. We are here to support you. And I'll stay here for a few more minutes. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to I can break us off chat, because I think it's just a small amount of us, or you're welcome to go, and I hope you guys have a great day if you don't have any questions. You're welcome. I hope you have a great day as well. All right. Well, hope to see you in other webinars. And again, we're here to support you. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Bye.